Well, to start off, what did you guys get into last week?
We got, Connery and Mitty got into some bad demon water. Or maybe
I
good
think
demon
the
water.
answer to what we got into is a flush toilet.
Yeah. We also saw some weird. Well, we didn't. I wasn't there. There was a weird demon war thing going on in a bucket.
Yeah, these are all accurate, and some of them will earn you more floggings later.
Connery got paralyzed by a racist demon.
That is also a correct and accurate description of the events that happened.
So whatever they talked about while he was paralyzed, I have no idea.
But I think following that, you guys got your sight of what you might be spending most of tonight dealing with.
Yep, we
I'm terrified.
we finally found our quarry.
Well, sort of, at least. We don't know if this is going to help with the portal, but at the very least, we have found the person we're looking for.
I thought you were told from the racist voice that the Shahiri was like stabilizing the portal.
Yeah, that it was the anchor.
I did not pick up on that somehow. That or I just forgot about it.
All are possibilities.
I need to get better at note-taking. I used to be really good at it, and then I just kind of stopped.
I believe this is where we left off, with you guys first entering the battlefield, and initiatives were already rolled and we're good to go, so shall we begin combat?
Yeah.
You say that like we can't negotiate.
Would you like to try?
Could we ask it to just please stop whatever it's doing?
Well, if you get close enough on your turn, you can try and do that.
Oh god, I'm not going to.
Let me turn off the chill and put on the fight music. Alright, so I believe first up is Connery.
Oh god, okay.
So looking a bit further up the field, there's a couple of the corrupted Arakai standing in your way. And then further up ahead you find what was once a Shahiri, currently being battled by the Harpy Druid that your friends were sent to find.
Okay, so the blue token, the big blue token, that is the Shiri thing?
Yeah, so the big blue token is some sort of storm elemental that the druid has summoned to fight the giant worm thingy.
Okay, so those two, okay. So then I suppose I'm gonna move. I can barely see the lines in this. Hold on. I have 8 lines to move, right? 8 boxes.
Let me check. Yeah, 8 boxes for you.
Okay, then I'm gonna move here. I'm gonna assume these glowing lines are not passable.
They are difficult terrain.
Okay,
So
cool,
it takes like 2 squares to move through one of them.
Okay, well then I'm gonna try to avoid this. I don't think that there's anything I can do from here right now.
Okay, so you can trade your action to move again, and as a monk, you could spend a key point to move again for a bonus action.
So if I move again, I could reach that guy.
Mm-hmm. Just you could move for free just to get up into his grill, or you could spend a key point to get up into his grill and hit him this turn.
I think I'm gonna try to do that. Use that key point so I can hit him. And then, oh god, there we go. So if I move up, if I use the key point, I can move up to him. And then, does it matter which attack I use with this? Or am I limited?
You would get 2 either martial arts hits, or 2 Fire Fang hits, or 1 use of your Thunder Fist.
I will do a fire fist. So I just click that. I think. Oh. And then I click on it in the chat.
Yes, because that actually does hit. Alright, 10 damage, and so you can hit 1 more time.
Okay, so if I want to do the same thing, I'll just click the. Do I click in the character sheet again, or just click here in the chat again?
Yeah, click in the character sheet again to roll another chance to hit. That will hit as well, so roll the damage. Okay, 18 fire damage, nice. Alright, so duly noted, that's Connery's turn. Dog Boy runs up and does a flurry of quick flaming punches to the Arkai, and then we'll move to Cal.
I will skedaddle here, and I will throw one of my daggers at the one ahead of me.
Okay, same thing for you. If you do that, you're not going to get sneak attack. If you bonus action dash and get up to him to melee him, you will get sneak attack.
Okay, I'll do that then.
And I assume you'll want to use your long sword then.
Yeah, if I'm already up here, I'll use my long sword.
OP.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and it auto-rolled the damage. Cool. Alright, 18 damage. I think that's everything you can do.
Yeah, I think that is.
Okay, I guess I should control Mish, huh? Okay, so she's going to dash and get up into melee with this Star Kai with you, Connery, and she will activate her Rite of the Dawn. So her, I'll say it's a rapier for now. Her rapier is like glowing with sunlight and stuff.
Nice.
So Vinali.
Just doing grid math in my head. I can't quite do what I want to do, so I am just going to dash up to the opposite side of where Mish is.
Alright, and that's all you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Okay, Audra. Oh, I just realized I didn't get my dice out. Okay, actually, you guys probably can't see her. Mish kind of maybe can, but Cal, you will see this, how do I say, it's like a storm cloud shaped into a creature. It's kind of vaguely serpent-like with lightning crackling at its teeth, and just at her unseen bid, it just surges forward and is going to strike the Shahiri. They both hit, so 22 lightning damage.
Jesus.
Okay, yeah, 22 lightning damage. And that'll be her turn. She'll move a bit more in front. We'll move to Midi.
All right. Midi is going to rage, and for his bestial form, he's going to grow a large spiny tail, which I assume is probably looking fairly demonic at this point.
Nice.
And he's going to move there. And fortunately, he can't do much else.
Do you not still have an action?
I do, but I can't. Actually, yeah, I could. Yeah, okay. I'll pull out a hand axe and I'll toss it at the one in front of me.
Okay, roll the attack. That will hit. And that doesn't have your rage damage, right?
It should. I just didn't have it toggled.
So that's an extra 2.
Yeah.
Alright, 8 damage plus Cal did 8. Oh, looking pretty darn hurt.
Nice.
Don't forget, if you rage and then don't take damage or deal damage that turn, you lose your rage.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, nice hit. Did some damage to him, so now we'll move on to the Dark Eye.
It should. No, it lasts a minute.
It's somewhere in there, and I'll have to take a look to see if I can find where it says that. Later on, you get the ability to keep it going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it.
Okay. The Dark Eye in front of you, Cal, is going to actually look past you, sort of, well, you think it looks past you. Its head sort of turns, but there are these like heavy chitinous plates so that you can't actually see eyes on its face. But it seems perturbed by the hand axe that's sticking out of its chest. So, Midi, I need you to make a wisdom save.
Okay.
Alright, you passed, so you're fine.
Sweet.
The other Dark Eye is going to disengage as a bonus action. Move back a few steps and is going to attack you, Vinali. Dark Fire Bolt. Which is an 8.
That definitely misses.
Yep, okay. Do you have mage armor on?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so after their turn, will be top of the round, so the Shahiri is going to act. Okay, first thing everyone... Well... No, you guys don't see it, actually.
Do we hear anything?
Yeah, you hear a the very large creature groaning and sort of still moving, seeming to crawl out of the hole, and the entire area shakes and rumbles as this creature moves, like miniature earthquakes firing off, and its groans are guttural and grating and deep. But you don't see that just yet, but you will see it stomps its legs and the ground shakes further, and all of you sort of hold your breath for a moment trying to balance when the first bits of organic material fall from the ceiling and hit the ground. And this creates a cascading event as just filth starts to rain from the sky. So everyone needs to make a dexterity save.
Think I get advantage on those?
Yeah.
If you can see the effect, yes.
Oh no. Oh wait, that's not a save. Where's that?
Whew. Thank God.
Yeah, the save is like to the right of your stats, Juju.
Underneath proficiency bonus.
Oh, I see. There we go. Not much better, but
Okay, so Connery doesn't make it. I need to roll for Mish, actually.
I blame it on being stuck in here for a couple of days without food or water.
Malnourishment doesn't help with the reflexes.
Nope.
Yeah, so Connery fails, and actually Audra fails.
Oh.
Okay, so you take 7 damage, Connery, and you need to make an integrity save. So roll a d100 for me.
Oh no!
Oh god. Is there a way to click it on here?
No, just type in the chat like / roll d100.
Oof.
Alright, so with your integrity, that should be a fail. So
Do I die?
you do not die. You would lose integrity. You would lose 5 integrity. However, you do not.
Hmm? Why not?
Ooh.
Alright, Connery, it is your turn.
Oh, okay. Wait. Okay. Move up there, and then I'm gonna do another fangs.
Alright, yeah, that hits. Okay, and you get another attack at base.
Another attack of. Can I do fire fangs again?
Yeah. Alright, that hits.
Why am I?
Those are some rolls.
You're really good on the hit rolls, but the damage rolls are garbage.
Alright, so now it's you have your 1 bonus action attack now, which you have to make with your martial arts.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Where did my thing go? There it is.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Okay, he's dead.
Yes.
And I know I usually X them out, but for space sake, I'm going to delete them. But yeah, just with a absolute Street Fighter combo of kicks and punches, you just tear down this Cryptid Jahiri and falls down.
There's my Mortal Kombat finisher.
I think you have a 4 or 5 more spaces of movement if you wanted to keep moving, but other than that,
I will. Let's see. I think that's good.
alrighty, we'll move on to Cal.
So now can I see what's going on yet, or am I still blocked?
Yeah, you can see the proper form of the Shahiri, and this creature is very, very, very big.
It's a lot of spiky teeth.
Yeah, and you see this energy creature fighting it, sort of being conducted by a harpy standing behind it, who's just sort of motioning and it's following as if she's puppeteering it from a distance.
Nice. Connor's got no idea what's going on, but it looks cool.
So, Cal, it is your turn.
Okie dokie. Mitty's hurt, right?
No.
No? Okay, I misheard then. I thought one of us got hurt, and I thought it might have been you.
It was Connery?
Oh, okay.
I got hit, but for some reason didn't lose any integrity.
Okay, well, I can't do anything about that because you're all the way over there.
Oh, you did lose 7 health, though, Connery. Do mark that down.
That should put me. That's the hit points. That should put me at 31. There you go.
Yep, there you go. Okay, longsword hit, and yeah, that will kill him.
Excellent. Okay.
That is a good use of the swashbuckler sneak attack.
And I'm going to start moving my way forward too.
Making my way down.
You still have a bonus, so you could dash if you wanted to. Or hide or anything.
I think hiding would make the most sense.
Okay. I'll say then, instead of moving there, move you here, and you
Yeah.
can try and like clutch in among the debris.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so make a stealth check for me. Ooh, pretty good. Okay, into your turn, we'll move to Mish. Okay, she'll move there, and then... Sorry, I remember to look at what all they can do.
Okay.
Really not much, apparently. So I guess they will just dash as well. So Mish runs ahead of the pack, just breezes right by Audra and is engaging the demonic entity. So we'll move on to Vinali.
Alright, I am going to move my full distance over towards Cal a bit. And from here, I am going to drop a big ol' moonbeam on top of the Shahiri.
Alrighty. What kind of save is that again?
I want to say con. Let me double check. Yes, con save. I don't know why it says 11. It's a 14 DC.
It fails that one.
Alright, so piddly 5 radiant damage, but at least it's not halved.
Alright, 5 damage. And I know that previously there has been some shape-changing things to occur, but as the moonbeam hits the Shihiri, its form does not change.
Did not expect it would, but kinda hoped.
Maybe next time.
Any other actions or anything?
Can't do anything as a bonus action, so that's it for me.
Okay, Audra is going to once again direct the Storm Drake to fight. Natural 1 on that one, and that one will hit. For 10 lightning damage. And after she directs this the combat to continue, she sees Mish run past and starts to look behind her and sees you all starting to come up around, and she just she'll call out like, "I don't know who you are or how you got here, but stay back. It's vicious."
Well, I don't know the answer to either of those, but I'm here, so fuck it.
Midi.
All right. Can I grab my axe as I? Yeah. Can I grab my axe as I run past?
Yeah, that's a free action.
Okay. All right. I'll go there, and I'm gonna try and throw the axe at the big giant Shihiri.
You got it has the range for that?
It's 2060,
Okay.
so it'd be at disadvantage.
Yeah. Do you have reckless attack? Do you want to make it even?
Yeah, you know what? I'll do that.
Alright, so just a straight throw. Okay.
Nice.
All right, so 12 damage.
12 damage, alrighty.
I don't think you'd get double the rage damage. Because it's just a flat thing. It's not a D2 or something, right? It's just a straight +2 bonus.
That crit was just doubled.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. I think that's
Okay.
fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rin, I do have a question for you before I forget.
Yes.
Could I have used my bonus action retroactively to have converted a spell slot into a sorcery point? Because I
Sure.
forgot that was
Yeah.
a bonus action and not an action.
Yeah, you can do that.
Alrighty, so I'll have done that.
Okay, so top of the round now. This gives you another. Yeah, pretty much all of you have better vantage now, except maybe Cal because they're hiding. But and the Shiri's taken some damage as the axe randomly comes and just finds a sweet spot between all of the teeth to just like hit the soft part of its maw, and it just rears back, and there's lightning crackling over its face. It's taken some hurt.
Ooh.
So at that point, you all see streams of red light just start. Can I get the ruler? Yeah. Start swerving out from the sides here and flowing into it. And as the energy coalesces around it, all of its wounds start to close.
Uh-oh. Yeah, you.
And on its turn, it is going to stomp again, so everyone else make a dex save.
Oof, that's definitely going to be some damage.
So in a reversal, let me roll for Mish. Everyone but Connery failed. Okay, Mish is fine. Yeah, so Vinali, Midi, and Cal, you all take 7 damage.
Hey.
Nice. So yeah, so you all take 7 damage, which is fire damage, so it's not reduced for you, Midi. And then all of you need to make integrity saves.
Can I swap my roles with Vinali?
I'm sorry, no.
Integrity saves?
Just roll a d100.
Oh, okay. I already diddly done forgot.
Okay, so what is your current integrity, Rainbow?
100.
Oh, well, you couldn't have failed then. And Vinali, yours is still really high, right?
Yeah, 95.
Okay, so you both are fine. Drew, Midi would lose 5 integrity, but he does not.
Sweet.
Also, Rin, since it may matter because of regeneration, I forgot that Moonbeam doesn't happen when I cast it. It happens at the start of the creature's turn.
Okay, gotcha.
So it would
So
have taken the 5 radiant damage at the start of its turn just now.
okay, alright, I'll mark that down. So now we go to Connery.
Okay. How do you get those rulers?
Say what?
Ah! That's useful. Okay. How many feet do I get?
40 feet.
40 feet. Oh, well then, I'm just gonna come up here.
If you like pick your token up and then right click, it will like measure for you.
Oh! Fancy. Okay, so I'm gonna be right here. And I'm gonna do... Oh, I forgot to be putting on the fire bonus damage.
That's if you spend a key point.
Oh, okay, well then I'll hold off on it for now. I should have, I think, 3 key points. I used 1 for that extra move earlier. So I'm gonna use Fangs of Fire again. Nah.
Okay, 12? 12 hits, okay, yeah.
Okay. And then do I still have another?
So we will, but I will say one thing. As you hit the creature with this fiery punch, and you know you've done that to demons so far, but as you hit the creature's like fangs at the front, the fire flees from your hand before you hit, and you just hit with your fist, and the fire just dissipates.
Well, shit.
So in game terms, this creature is resistant to fire damage.
Alright, well, is it... I guess I'll have to find out if it's resistant to thunder damage.
But your normal martial arts do not do fire damage, so those would probably serve you better here.
Alright, so then for my next one, I'm just gonna do my normal mark.
That will not hit.
Damn. Alright.
Okay, so do you have 1 hit as a bonus action if you want.
So I can hit it another time?
Correct.
Alright. I'll do that in martial art.
Alright, that one will hit. Alright, so 9 damage, and now it has been hit in melee. So the Shahiri is going to take a legendary reaction, and he's going to cause a fiend quake.
Is that bad?
the creature, not really appreciating being touched up in its grill, digs its talons deeper into the ground and just bodily shakes the entire arena. Everybody make me an acrobatics check to not fall on your ass.
I feel like if I was able to cause an earthquake whenever people touched me and I didn't want them to, there would be far less people touching me when I didn't want them
Accurate.
to.
Oops, I didn't mean to roll that at advantage.
Okay, so alright, so Mitty and Cal, ironically, both of you get knocked down prone.
Excellent.
Alright, so now it is Cal's turn.
Does it take the turn to stand up, or?
Half of your movement.
Okay. So I can still move 15 feet if I wanted to.
Correct.
I can't cross this, right? Because it's difficult terrain.
With your remaining speed, correct. If you dashed, you could.
I'll dash forward.
Alrighty.
And can I give him a stippy stab?
You'd have to get, like, here or here to hit him.
Okay.
Yeah, like, where you're currently standing is not in melee range of him.
Okay, it looks like it from the token. That's my bad.
That's the good guy's summon, not the...
Oh, okay. I was mistaken. That's my problem. That's my bad. Well, could I just toss Connery a healing potion and call it good? Because I think I might have dashed as far as I can go.
No, you should be able to get in melee of him if you want to, but you can give them a healing potion if you wanted.
I'll do that.
Aww.
Don't drop it.
Okay.
Alrighty. Is that all? So that's all you want to do?
Yeah, that'll be what I do.
Okay, Mish is going to attack then. She'll spin her rapier, attach it to her sheath, and Magitech shit happens and it becomes a spear. She'll hit with that.
That's a mighty fancy weapon she's got.
Alright, 8 damage, and being struck in melee, it is going to spend its second legendary action to Fiend Quake. So everyone make another acrobatics check.
Oh.
Do I automatically fail since I'm already prone?
If you're already prone, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It
But
shakes the ground so hard you land back on your feet again.
It's like a trampoline that someone else jumped on right next to you.
Yeah, exactly.
everyone except for Mish is prone.
Of course, because she is a cat.
Alright, Vinali.
Okay, luckily I don't need to move a whole lot for what I plan on doing, but I will get back up again. move a little bit to get a clearer line of sight. And I am going to use my bonus action to spend all of my remaining sorcery points to gain a second level spell slot back. And as my action, I am going to cast... I'll go with Mind Sliver.
Alright, intelligence save. No, that's a 6. So 2 psychic damage, and it's next save, right?
Yeah, its next save, it subtracts 1d4.
Alrighty.
And that's my turn.
Alright, Audra is going to pick herself up with just a heavy flap of her wings to sort of come back to her hover. She'll give the Storm Drake 1 attack, which will hit, so 11 lightning damage, and then she will use her other to she'll create a gust of wind that is going to move from here this way. If you move in this direction, you move at twice your speed.
Nice.
So Midi.
All right. It's full movement to stand back up, right?
Half of it.
Oh, from pro? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Midi will stand up, and then he'll go there, and he will throw another axe. Or pull out another axe and throw it.
Alrighty.
How many axes does this guy have?
Well, I have 2. I picked up the first one, but it is currently embedded inside the giant arachnid. I'm gonna do. Okay, here it is.
Okay, a 13 will hit.
All right.
Just please don't throw the Venali.
Throw the finale.
No promises. I need to keep my rage somehow.
Alright, that's your turn.
Yes.
Alright, top of the order. Once again, you guys, all of you that are in this chamber see this deep, dark red sort of vapor. It's like aerosolized blood or something come from the left and right of this chamber, flow into him, and almost all of his wounds close back up.
That's not good.
He does need to make another con save.
Right, for Moonbeam. That one will pass.
So 5 damage again.
Alrighty, consistent. Then I think it will. Yeah, it's gonna just rain a filth again. So everyone make a dex save. Okay, so Venali and Midi take 7 fire damage. And both of you make integrity saves. So I think you can't fail yours, Venali.
No, I have 95, so it's very unlikely, but possible.
Okay.
Fail.
Okay. Once again, you feel your inner fortitude give, and you feel like what you have felt many times since entering Pandemonium, of the heat of Pandemonium, demonic fire, creep back inside of you. But it doesn't seem to take root, and just you feel like you gave in, and yet it didn't take advantage of the attack.
Yeet.
As we'll change turns here, you and Connery will both just hear a tiny voice in your head that just says, "Not making it easy, are you?"
Jesus Lord. I don't like that I'm hearing voices. I've gone without food for way too long.
So I described the red mist coming out of this way and this way. Also, something that make me a perception check, Cal. Oh, really good. Looking, casting a glance back over your head, you begin to see the terrain in this area begin to warp to an extent. The organic element sort of shuddering and the rock moving away.
Well, no one's over there, but are the rocks moving, or is it just me?
So you hear Cal say this, Connery, and Audra also looks back and kind of tilts her head at the effect.
Of the weird warping floor. Can I see that from where I'm standing?
You can see a little bit. It's like this whole area in here.
Seems like something we should probably be a little bit worried about.
But Connery, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna do another.
That will hit. Ooh, good damage.
Okay. And then I can do 2 of those, right?
Correct.
Another one?
That one will miss.
Damn. And then is that it?
One more hit.
Oh, okay. But I have that extra action always, or is that just now?
Yeah, so at baseline as a monk, you punch twice and then get to punch a third time for a bonus action.
Okay.
You can spend a key point to make your bonus action punch 2 punches. It's called Flurry of Blows, but you get 3 hits at baseline.
Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
think I'll hold on to my key point for now and just go with that one.
Okay, the 26 will hit. Alright, so 18 damage, that's really good. Any movement or anything?
No, I think I'm gonna stay here.
Alright, Cal.
Okie dokie. You said I'd have to be like closer up here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I will do him a stabby stab.
Alrighty. So let's see, 5 plus 18. Alright. And you have a bonus action or more movement or anything?
Can I disengage and scoot back a little bit?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I'll just try to get out of immediate range.
Okay, I'm going to make a check for Mesh real quick. Alright, Mish is going to break from the creature, take a run over this way.
Let's see what's causing that weird red mist.
Okay, so she'll run over, look back into the corner, and you'll hear her Connery curse, and then she'll turn back and shout over her shoulder to the group and say, "There's some of those priest things over here."
Oh, great. So there's probably some on the other side, too.
Alright, and she will... I'll say that's her turn. So, Vinali.
Alright, I'm going to hope that the Grove Tender is also capable of doing a bit of healing, and say as much that I need some healing over here, and I am going to use my second level spell slot. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did create the second level spell slot last turn, so I'm going to use that to cast Spiritual Weapon, make my Mote of Starlight, and have it attack the Shahiri.
Okay, any preference where you want to put it?
Not particularly. What's the range on it? 60 feet. So yeah, pretty much anywhere is fine.
Okay, this charcoal imp can be your spiritual weapon.
Nice.
Alright, so that's an attack roll from it.
Yeah.
That's not gonna hit.
And for my action, another Mind Sliver. Actually, you know what? Let's go with Toll the Dead this time, because nobody seems to be trying to trigger saving throws from it. Oh wait! I forgot about my own Moonbeam. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Yeah, I'll stick with Mind Sliver then, so I can have that combo.
Okay, and save. No, it fails.
So 6 psychic damage.
Okay, Audra. Okay, the gust of wind that was blowing from yours and Mitty's direction is going to pull the two of you. It's going to pick up and pull the two of you up close into this range.
That's definitely what I wanted at 7 hit points.
She's going to raise her wing at the Storm Drake, which is going to instantly go from black clouds to white, and then pop in a surge of rain and refreshing water. Everyone around there heals for 16 hit points.
Oh, that's a godsend.
Do I get to go above my current hit points if that's more than what I have?
No, but
Okay.
Okay, so that just takes me back to 38 then.
correct. And she was hurt too, so she'll take that as well.
It was worth a try.
I am almost back to full because that's how squishy I am.
Do you
She's
want the health potion that Cal tossed me? Because I haven't used it yet.
I might need it if it's gonna be 7 damage every turn.
and then she's going to, after doing that, sort of gauge situation. She looks to the right and she sees you, Midi. There is an instinctual recoil, and then she'll flap back into the hallway this way, with just sort of looking over her shoulder at you.
Does she
You
want
gonna
me?
take that shit from her?
Midi will kind of growl at that, and he'll say, "This isn't the time to be fighting amongst ourselves. Kill this thing, then we can deal with lingering animosities."
Oh my god, Mitty, what did you do? Or is she just being racist like the voice was?
Little column A, little column B.
Oh, great, okay.
All right, your turn, Midi.
All right. Let's see. Where is like there? Can I hit it?
Anywhere you're adjacent to a square that has its teeth in it.
All right. So Midi's going to stand here, and he's got 10-foot range on his tail attack. So that is what he's going to do.
Alrighty.
Oops. I am going to attack recklessly. I didn't call that out, but yeah.
That's fine. 18 will hit.
Okay. Ooh, nice. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Okay, and what does the bonus for the tail do?
Oh, it's I can use a reaction to give myself a bonus to my AC.
Okay, gotcha. So what, 11 damage?
11 damage.
You guys are doing an interesting job of brute forcing this. Okay. That's your entire turn?
Yes, that's it.
This is
Okay.
the PPS check.
Burn. More dots.
Okay, stop dots. Alright, it's top of its turn. You guys will see the red mist again flow at the creature, again restoring some of its wounds. It actually like passes through Mish as she kind of like swats at it and seems perturbed, and as it passes through her, she's just it condensates to an extent on her. She's just like dripping blood.
Question: Is the mist only coming from that side, or is it coming from the other side as well?
From both sides.
Okay.
On its turn, it is going to change tactic because someone has seen the priest. Alright, I'm gonna make Mish roll. Oh, okay. A 10-foot square here. I'll draw it in this space. Well, that's not quite, but you get the picture. This these 4 squares here. The ground shudders and then collapses down into itself, forming like a sort of sinkhole type. The floor gives out from under her, and Mish just falls down into it, and the floor closes back over it, and you guys don't see where Mish went.
Well, fuck.
Well, that's one way to write a character out that's not here.
And that was the last she was ever seen.
No one ever
I mean, on the bright
said
side, the burial's already taken care of.
Oh, God. It's gonna be a bitch getting flowers back down here, though.
Okay. Also at the top of the order, well, it needs to make a save for Moonbeam, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's very high. 25.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
So I don't think the D4 matters.
Yeah. But it does take 3 damage at least.
Okay, gotcha. Now, those of you see back, and Audra sees this first. The ground and this section back here finishes churning. The rocks all scatter, the bits of masonry and stuff are flung out of the way, so it's just the organic material. And it becomes, suddenly, it goes from solid to liquid, and it becomes another swirling red vortex.
Is it gonna spit Mish back out?
You see there is a flash of dark light, and a woman flies out and even flies past Audra. It is a female dark elf.
Hello.
She just is flung out from the rift and like skids on the ground on her back, and even just from the brief glance at her laying there, you can see that she's very injured.
Question.
Yes.
Is this the same elf that we met when we went to the base camp?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Well, she's new to me. Do I need to fling her the health potion?
Well, I mean, that's up to you. It is your turn. She's just kind of laying on the ground still, like wind knocked out of her.
Alright, so she's probably not gonna catch it. I guess I'll toss the potion to Nitty.
Oh,
Hmm?
Midi can't receive healing.
Never mind then. I'm
The,
gonna
the one in the green circle is friendly.
Wait. Hold on, I'm confused. Give me a second. I forgot something. Okay, never mind. So what I'm gonna do is. Oh god, this is actually. I kind of want to disengage from him and then go over to take care of that thing over there.
The priest over there?
Yeah, because clearly he's causing problems. But I also don't want to get eaten by the ground if I.
Are you able to take dash as a bonus action?
Yes, with key point.
You could burn a key point and just run it. You should be able to just hit it straight. You have 40 feet, right?
Yeah, I could do that. So dash over there and punch it in the face and hope that kills it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll do that then.
What is the move in Final Fantasy where you just fucking yeet at them?
Me using my monk rush to just.
Yeah!
Oh, shoulder tackle?
Yeah,
the new shoulder tackle.
fucking take him down.
It looks like the one guy from Mortal Kombat, his dash attack.
Yeah, that's alright, so that's what I'll do. I'm gonna dash over here. Would that reach him?
Yeah,
Yes.
easily.
More than enough.
Then I will do martial art.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah,
description
that's-
here.
Just-
A bit of description for you, because the others have met these creatures before.
Oh.
These are half Arakai. They look like humanoid creatures, very long and lanky limbs, mostly soft flesh, but in the like underside of a beetle kind of a way, if that makes sense. They have these big red compound eyes that take up too much of their face. their mouth, although still flesh, splits down the middle to form a mockery of mandibles. And they have 4 spider legs coming out of their back, like the Arakai, but theirs are so weak and malformed they can't carry their weight, so they kind of drag them on the back.
Ew. Okay. That's gross. I'm gonna punch it in its ugly fake mandible.
Alright.
Do we know if these things are fire resistant like the thing is?
You have no reason to know otherwise, or like you wouldn't know.
Then I'm gonna try a fangs to the fire.
Okay, that will hit. Okay, another attack.
Okay, I'll do it a second time.
Alright, and you kill it.
Yes.
So with a 1-2 punch in this creature, and the Arakai are pretty like armored with an exoskeleton, but as you hit it, this creature's just soft in all of the wrong ways, and just
Oh.
it seems to like crumple as you hit it with your fists.
Is he like a soggy bug?
It's like overly wet toilet paper.
Oh, gross! Oh god, I'm gonna need to wash my hands after this. I'm gonna need to wash everything after this blood puddle, so.
Alright, Cal, it is your turn.
I'm going to re-engage and do some more sword slashing.
Roll that attack. Okay.
Rogue crits.
So that's 28 damage, right?
You're asking me to math on a Sunday?
Yeah, 28.
Wow, okay. You're brute forcing it. Alright, anything else?
What did you expect us to do? Talk to him?
No.
Okay.
There's mechanics that we are ignoring completely.
Well, I killed the one priest!
Yeah. That's one of them.
I imagine there's at least 3 more, but whether or not we're going to get to them is another story.
Yeah, so any other actions, Cal?
No.
Alright. Mish is still in the ground. Vinali. Actually, I will say, she's still in the ground, and she's suffocating.
Oh no.
Vinali.
Alright, so here's an important question. Can I use my action to do a second bonus action, or does it have to be limited to an action?
Tell me what it is, but I'll generally say yes.
I wanted to use Healing Word.
Okay, sure.
So for my actual bonus action, because it's required by the spell, I'll use Spiritual Weapon, and then I'll cast Healing Word on our injured Dark Elf newcomer.
Okay, so attack roll for spiritual weapon. That'll
Much better.
hit. Alrighty.
And then Healing Word.
Okay, 6 hit points. So as you heal her, she seems to blink from the borderline unconscious state she was in, and seems to start picking herself up off the ground and sort of figuring out where she is. But any movement or anything?
I am going to... What exactly is the glowing stuff that we've been having difficult terrain? What does that look like?
It is like spider web that is covered in the organic material of pandemonium.
I'm gonna head back to that and just kind of get a good handhold on some of that, so that if there's like another quake or falling debris or something, I might be able to use that to my advantage.
Okay, I gotcha.
Smart thinking.
Okay, Audra. She is going to look down at the dark elf at her feet and look back up at the beastmen in front of her and Cal and everybody, and she'll just shake her head, and at the those of you nearest her will hear her mutter under her breath that in our darkest hour the worst of our kind come to help us. What irony is this?
Can we leave her behind and just go? I don't think I heard that all the way over where I am at, so...
No, that would be like Midi and Vinali. But she is going to extend her wings and one heavy forward flap, and there's just going to be like, how to say this? A strong current of wind will be blasted at the creature, but as it travels, you see like flickers of static begin to build up inside of it, and by the time it clears Midi, it becomes a full-fledged lightning bolt that will just rocket forward, crack through the ozone here, and you'll just everyone can hear the shattering sound as it goes into the Shahiri's mouth.
Oh, damn.
For 32 lightning damage.
Jeez.
Okay.
Even the NPCs are jumping on the brute force train.
Okay. So, as a moment of silence falls over the battlefield, as the Shahiri goes still, smoke rising from its front end as it just was impaled by this spear of lightning. Connery, you see behind you down the corridor, and although no one can see the other priests on the other side, the priest behind you locks up and goes rigid and starts shuddering. And it only lasts a moment before the flesh falls away and dissolves, and there's just a red orb of a soul left, which quickly flies out the hallway and back into the Shahiri.
Ew.
Has she been informed that red souls are not good?
You can
I've been now.
you can explain the distinction to her.
Blue souls are generally benevolent, I think, from like people and such, and red souls are not good. That is a very TLDR condensed soup.
Well, that's not good.
Okay. All of you there are physically there, so not Connery. Connery's just looking around like, what happened?
Probably feeling a little bit ill from that, because that probably looked really...
Yeah, but those of you near the Shahiri see it's gone rigid. Its legs and stuff aren't moving, but its trunk is, and you see the dark flesh of its center go translucent. And you can see hundreds of angry red dots just swirling around inside like a disturbed hive of bees.
Ew. I can't see, but ew.
They begin to coalesce, and the Shahiri's fangs open wider and crack open and extend further than they should. And as the maw opens, the souls begin to come out one by one and coalesce into a large burning red entity.
Ah, Surtur, we meet again.
All right, Midi, it is your turn.
All right.
And for game terms, we have entered phase 2 because you guys out damaged the healing mechanic.
All right. Midi will move over this way, and he's going to stab at it with his spiky tail. And he will be attacking recklessly.
Alrighty. That will not hit.
Then that is my turn.
Alright. So, the Dark Elf will pick herself up off the ground using half her movement, start to walk this way, and as she does, you all can see her. She's kind of like favoring one leg, the other one kind of is limping a little, and she's holding her side. But as she scoots away from the churning vortex, she'll just look around at those of you that she recognizes and sees, and she'll turn to you, Vinali, and kind of put a hand out on your shoulder to stabilize herself and say, I told you not to come here. He's going to come and kill you.
Man, we're stronger than that.
For my sake, I hope you are. And then she is going to, still holding on to you for support, raise her other hand and cast a series of 5 cerulean arcane darts that just fly out and hit the spirit at the center of the Shahiri. For 15 damage. Alright, so yeah, she does some damage with her spell, and that will be her turn. Okay, top of the order. So, I believe, let me measure. Okay, yeah. Everyone but Connery is inside of the aura of contamination. All creatures, so everyone but Connery must make a charisma save.
Oof.
I shit you not, Audra rolled a 1.
No.
Well,
That's less than ideal.
yeah.
Yeah. Incoming charm, and we are all about to get TPK'd by the person we were supposed to save.
Okay, did you... yeah. I guess I should roll for... Yeah, she didn't do good either. Okay. So Vinali, you're good. Cal and Midi, you lose 10 integrity.
Ooh.
Midi, you do not.
Does this have something to do with the water that we drank earlier?
That's what I'm thinking.
That or it's the demoness.
It's gotta be the demon because I didn't drink any water.
No, but me and Mitty both drank the water and we're not losing integrity.
Oh, okay, yeah, that would, yeah.
Okay, then it's going to use its action on Unbind. So, let's do Mitty. Mitty, make an integrity save.
And I fail.
Okay, so you would lose 5 integrity. You do not. But your soul is knocked out of your body.
Ouch.
Oh no! I've been I've been Doctor Stranged.
Okay, so there is a spiritual, you'll notice, mostly red Middendorfy standing behind the real Mitty. When it is your turn, Mitty, you can control your soul, not your body.
Oh crap! I lose my rage because I'm incapacitated, don't I?
Can your soul have rage?
I'll say that your body is still technically raging, but it depends on how long you spend outside of it.
Not roid rage, man. Chilly.
You're rage sleeping.
Then, coming up from the rift, you see a familiar dark-robed Arakai caster.
Uh-oh. Don't know who that is, but uh-oh. I don't see it.
I don't think any of us do, actually.
Crawling up out of the rift and sort of stabilizing himself on the ground, the Arakai looks around, sees the battlefield, and will begin moving forward on its turn. For now, it is Connery's turn.
I have a question.
Oh, he rolled a natural 20 on his initiative.
Uh-oh. I have a question.
Uh-huh.
You said, like, this area is, like, mostly flesh.
Correct.
Would there be any way I could attack the try and save?
Any way you could, what? Sorry?
Attack the floor and try and save Mish?
Yeah, I'll say you could try that.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to where she disappeared from. And I'm gonna try a Fangs of the Fire Fist on the floor.
Alrighty. That'll hit. Okay. Do you want to keep hitting it?
Yeah.
Alright, so make 2 more attacks. Alright. And 1 more. Okay. What's the okay.
Those are really good damage rolls.
29 damage.
Or
Okay, I was gonna give her like advantage on her check to get out, but I'll say just Connery goes beast mode and starts like ripping the floor in 2.
just going a ham on the.
You just go absolutely hog wild, like tearing fistfuls up out of the ground until you actually will see Mish's hand extended, and you just grab and bodily pull her up out of the ground.
I just realized that Connery's a wolf and he's digging a hole.
Diggy diggy hole.
Yeah, please tell me you're like kneeling on the ground, both hands, digging the dirt underneath you.
Yeah, my hands are just on fire and I'm just clawing at the flesh up that is the floor. Does the floor flesh bleed?
It does.
Ew.
Infernalist Harkon's turn, because he rolled really fucking well.
Why does he look like he's wearing a little turban?
Well, maybe because he is, I don't know. The way this worked out, he is looking right at the Grove Tender, who he knows and personally was involved with sending down here, so he's gonna go right for the big gun.
Oh no.
So she fails her integrity save from his Collapse Spirit ability.
Uh-oh.
Harkon is stunned until the end of his next turn, but he raises both of his hands and just fires a bolt of dark green energy, which hits Audra, and she immediately collapses to the floor.
She's dead. She's dead, Jim.
Cal, it is your turn.
Would I have been able to see her get hit, like if I turned at all?
Yes, you would have.
Okay. I'll see like that bolt out of the corner of my eye, not having really expected there to be somebody else around here. I can dash, right?
Yeah, as a bonus action.
How much further does that give me?
It doubles your speed, so you'd get 60 feet.
Alright, I'm gonna get up in this bitch's grill and give him a stab.
Okay, he is stunned, so these are at advantage.
Perfect.
You only just hit him.
I was a little winded from my walk over here, okay?
Okay, but yeah, 15 damage.
That's all, folks.
Okay, and you do recognize this Arkai as you run forward and stab him. That this is the Infernalist that you met at the base camp, who was bossing around the Dark Elf slave.
Okay, so I don't feel too terribly bad about it.
Okay, Mish, as she coughs up the red liquid and like takes a few like grateful lungfuls of air, just looks over at you and says, "Couldn't have gotten here sooner."
That's about on par, yeah.
I was a little bit delayed, sorry.
Well, whatever. And she's just gonna run and attack the Shahiri. Huh, okay.
Smite!
Yeah, that actually does quite a bit of damage to him, actually. Jeez, that did a lot of damage to him. Okay.
I'm imagining it's vulnerable to the holy damage.
Yeah.
Or radiant.
Okay. Vinali?
Alright,
Cat's grip
I
down.
am going to, because I assumed it was not at the mouth of the thing, I'm going to move my moonbeam on top of where this thing is now as my action, and bonus action move my spiritual weapon into attack as well.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that'll hit.
Unfortunately, force, not radiant, but every little bit.
It is very injured. You see, after your spiritual weapon helps, but especially after Mish stabs into the center of this gestalt spirit, the radiant damage seems to course through it, and it has trouble recrystallizing. You see, like, the many constituent souls that are part of it are kind of like not able to fully settle back into one entity.
And I am going to move to see what the heck happened around the corner.
Okay, you see the Infernalist being stabbed by Cal, and you see Audra. She's not flapping her wings; she's just folded down into the ground, not moving.
Well, I am out of things to do at the moment, but I am going to position myself between Audra and the Infernalist, and that'll end my turn.
Okay. Midi.
All right. Do I still have my normal movement?
Yes.
So I guess Midi's going to walk back to his body and try and re-enter.
Okay. Make a charisma save.
Ah. You yeah.
You try. You genuinely do. You expected it to be vacant. It is not.
Uh-oh.
Is that all you would like to try and do?
I think that's all I can try. Could I do I assume, did that take like a full action?
I'll say it could be a bonus action.
Can I try, since you said that my body doesn't feel vacant, can I try and pull out whatever's inside of it?
Roll me a D100.
Of course! Now!
What is your integrity?
40.
You reach in and pull, and a mote of red, like a string of several souls, comes out with your hands and just is pulled from the body, and you're holding a very angry, brightly glowing demon soul.
Okay. Can I try and crush it?
You may. It will not restore humanity to you, though.
That's fine. Midi is angry. He wishes it to not exist anymore.
Okay, you crush it, and it turns into like crimson sparkles, sequins in your hand.
Alrighty.
Right, which is good.
That'll be it for my turn.
So it's gonna have your body move next.
Oh, good, I stopped that.
Okay. Let's see. Manju is going to. She's more scared of the Infernalist, I think. She's going to go. She'll step over Audra, actually. She'll be next to you, Vinali. She just holds out her hand, spins her other one in it, and starts to whip up just a teal spiral of energy, which she then throws at the Infernalist. Huh, natural 20. Okay.
There's a lot of those floating around today.
Yeah, quite a bit. For 18 arcane damage. Okay, it is the Abyssal Shahiri's turn, so...
First, it has to save versus the Moonbeam.
Okay, gotcha. That is, it's con save?
Yes.
14?
Meets.
Okay, so half damage.
So 6. But if it's vulnerable, it's back to 12 again.
Oh, okay. It's a really good thing it passed that.
Wouldn't it meeting it cause it to fail? I thought meets it. But never mind. Never mind.
If it meets, it beats. That's for both sides.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Mish and Midi are the only ones in its aura range. Because Mish is adjacent to it, she has to roll with disadvantage, but both of you roll integrity saves.
Fail.
I think she succeeds. Yeah, because her integrity is still really high. Okay. You said you failed, Midi?
Yes.
Okay, so you would lose 10 integrity. You don't.
Okay.
You do see your body shudder a bit and seems to perk back up in liveliness.
Damn it!
Okay, and now it is angry because it has been hit by a lot of radiant damage. Okay, it is going to double unmend. So, everyone make an integrity save.
I think you're probably fine because I don't think it can push your soul further out of your body than it already is.
Yeah.
It pushes the new demon soul out of your body.
Right into my hand.
Okay, so Vinali's fine, right?
Yes.
So Midi, Juju, and then your two guests fail. So all of you take 24 necrotic damage.
Jeez.
Oh god, is that to our hit points?
To your hit points, yep.
Okay, what's this? That leaves me what? 14?
24 from you would be, 14 left. And then that puts you under half, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, Midi, you are under half health too.
I guess.
So both
You
of
want
you
to
make
technical
con
about it.
saves.
Oh, I'm good at that.
Okay, you're good. You're good.
Okay, good.
Fucker. Audra's not.
Oh my god!
What's that?
Audra dies.
Fuck.
No!
You watch Vinali behind you as Audra lifts back up as this wave of necrotic energy flies out of the Shahiri. Her eyes open, her mouth is sort of open and like a gasp, and then she just crumbles into dust.
Quick, do you have Revivify?
I'm not level 5 yet.
Oh!
Also, I don't have any diamonds.
Shit.
No! The whole reason we came!
She rolled really bad where it counted.
That's on her. She should have rolled it.
Like she had as much integrity as Connery had when you first found him, but she rolled super bad on the save against the Infernalist, which set her integrity to 0.
Oh,
Oh.
jeez.
Just out of curiosity, I don't think it would have, but just out of curiosity, would healing word have helped there?
Helped in what way?
Prevented the death. Because I didn't
No.
feel like it was damage that brought her down.
No, she went down because she reached 0 integrity. Just she then got double unmended and failed all the saves.
Oh, okay. There was nothing anybody could have done, so at least there's that.
On the bright side, Manju is okay.
Well, she's one.
Did she? You said she crumbled in dust, right?
Yeah, she is literally like ash on the ground.
Fuck, we don't even have a body to bring back.
Just scoop the ash into a bottle. Give him the ashes. Say she was cremated.
Here's your fucking grove tender.
I mean, I do have bottles.
Okay, Connery, it is your turn.
Human ashes are good fertilizer. So maybe Harpy's ashes are fertilizer. And if she's a grove tender, tend to grow with her ashes.
Oh, is there a soul?
Not yet.
Okay. Oh wait, she said 0
Zero
integrity.
integrity, it's gonna be a demon soul.
Shit.
Connery, it is your go.
So that necrotic damage, can I take that health potion right now? Would that help?
You could, as a bonus action, it would heal you for. It was just a basic healing potion, Rainbow.
Yeah, that was all my, the only thing I had written in there was it was just a basic healing potion.
Okay, so that would heal you for 2d4 plus 2.
How do I put that in there?
/ roll 2d4 plus 2.
What did the message on the fountain say again?
As you need it.
I think I know what you're thinking.
Yep.
Okay, so you would heal 9.
Okay, so that puts me at 23. Okay. And then I can still move and do my attack, right?
You can move and you can hit twice.
Alright, so I'm going to... Move. And then attack this guy. My martial arts.
Ah, 28 will hit.
Oh, wait, is that supposed to hit plus 2?
Yes, because you crit.
Oh, nice.
Okay, roll one more time for me.
Roll the martial arts one more time? Or...
Correct. Yeah, hit one more time. Okay, that misses.
Okay. So got a good punch in.
You got a very good punch in, and it is hardly maintaining coherent form at this point.
You got any key left?
They use their bonus action.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, great, yeah.
Okay.
2 points of key left. I'm saving those for if I actually need them.
Alright, the Infernalist is going to raise his hands, and he's going to create a web. He actually couldn't get Manju in there. But so Cal and Vinali, both of you need to make a dex save. actually, you both passed. So you are not immediately restrained. However, you are in a web as it springs forward, sort of like sticking to all of the terrain within this area of the box.
Shitty Spider-Man. Shitty Spider-Man.
And then he's going to take a few steps back, so you will get an attack of opportunity if you want, Cal.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, of course I do want that.
Alright, so go ahead and swing. 9 will not hit. Okay, so now it is your turn.
Can I work on cutting away the webbing?
I think you can just step out of it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
I wasn't
not restrained, so
Okay.
you can move, but it's difficult terrain.
Okay, I'll just scoot forward enough to stab him again.
Okay, make an attack. That also won't hit.
Mm. If I disengage, will he get an opportunity attack?
If you disengage now.
Okay. Could I disengage and scoot just far enough away? A little bit away.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay, Mish. We'll have her do something for a couple of reasons, but also because she's never used this ability yet. She's gonna run back and use her Blood Curse of Binding on Harkon. Which he fails. Okay, so Harkon locks up, the blood within his body freezing, and he cannot move, cannot take reactions, and his speed is 0 until next turn. Alright, so Vinali.
Okay, I'm about to do something really stupid, but it'll be nice and cinematic at least. I'm gonna think really hard about needing the power to save the Grove Tender, and I'm gonna drink the bottle that I took from the fountain.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking you were gonna do. I thought you were going to pour the water on her.
I thought about that too, but I was like, that could probably also just do nothing.
So could this.
At least I get something out of this, aside from a buttload of corruption.
True. You get to quench your parched.
It's the quenchiest.
Hydra homies.
Okay, so you said you think about saving the Grove Tender and then drink it.
Yes.
Okay, so first off, you get 50 integrity taken away.
Yep.
Secondly, make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Ah, shit.
Oh, damn.
Uh-oh.
Okay, anything else from your turn?
Let me just double check. I'm 90% sure that Favored by the Gods only works on save. Attack rolls and saves, yeah. It won't work on skill check.
Do you have the ability to fudge?
Not for another level.
Mm. Darn.
All the things that I need to be 5th level for.
Okay.
But bonus action, I'm gonna spiritual weapon this stupid demon.
Oh yeah, okay. Make the attack roll. That'll hit. Okay. And how did you describe your spiritual weapon again? It's like a starburst?
Yes. Not the candy.
Oh, I thought it was the candy.
It would be hilarious.
Okay. Midi, you watch from your weird double vision as the holographic starburst of Finale spiritual weapon comes out from the center chest of this forming spiritual entity, and as it passes through, the spirits completely lose cohesion and just become a swirling beehive of red individual motes that whirls around each other for a few seconds and then scatter in all directions, flooding the cavern here before dissipating into the walls.
Damn.
And just because I can, although I don't think it'll be really feasible for how long it's going to take, I will move the spiritual weapon 20 feet closer towards the last remaining enemy.
Okay. However, Cal, you see this. Vinali, you were looking over at the other creature. You watch the moment the Shahiri is destroyed. You watch Harkon look around, all of his multitude of eyes growing wide as the red light of the spirits are reflected in them. And out of his chest, another red orb comes out and joins the chorus, flying off into the distance. And the physical body slumps to the ground, bits of azure ichor flowing out of the corners of his ears and mouth and eyes.
Ew.
And phase 3 starts now.
You guys have, for now, ended combat. You have a few moments here where there's breaths being held in your chests and you're not entirely sure what's happening. You look around at each other. The Shahiri's not moving. Harkon's not moving. Audra isn't moving either. Although the Dark Elf looks around and seems just as taken aback as you all. And there's just a brief moment here where there's silence. What would you guys like to do?
Am I still out of my body?
You are.
All right. I would like to attempt to re-enter the body.
Okay. You reach inside and find this time that it is vacant.
Okay. Can I actually enter, or do I need to make a charisma save?
Nope. You enter, and over the course of 6 seconds or so, soul and flesh become united once more.
Can other people see that happening? Like, did other people see the spirit, soul, whatever, getting flung out?
You did. You did not see Middendorfy. You saw uh, at this point, almost red purple orb that sort of floated back towards it.
Okay.
Are Audra's ashes on stone or are they on bloody flesh?
Mostly bloody flesh.
Vinali is going to try and get the ashes into a glass bottle before they wind up dissipating into the liquid parts of that.
All right, you start to scoop some of the ashes into a vial.
I do have like actual bottle-sized bottles too, because I imagine a vial would not be enough for an entire person's ashes.
Okay, I gotcha. Reaching around in there and trying to scoop as much up as you can, you do find a very ornate white gold necklace with a sapphire set in the medallion. And you also find a single ring that was it's carved entirely of wood. It's in the brief moment you look at it, it's beautifully carved and engraved, but it's a wooden ring.
Do I recognize the language of the engraving?
It's more decorative script. You don't know if
Okay.
you would see it as a language right away.
Would I recognize if it has any cultural significance towards my people?
It is definitely heartwood. You know that for certain. Which would, sorry,
I said, "Oh,
it would place her. You knew Audra was an elder grove tender, but if she has an artifact of heartwood, that places her as like a grove stewardess. She planted the grove that she guards.
Shit.
Midi will look to Vanali and he'll mention the significance of that ring, and then he'll ask if Vanali would be okay if Midi held on to it."
Well, it didn't seem as though she particularly liked you, but I trust your heart's in the right place.
It is merely a matter of respect.
I will hand him the ring, and I am going to cast guidance on myself and just continue focusing on the bottle and the desire to do something to save her.
Is there any like cloth left behind from Audra, or is that all disintegrated too?
You might see some like a sash that she had tied around her middle with like autumny colors, scraps of her clothing. It's not entirely disintegrated, but some of it's definitely damaged.
Midi will get a large enough piece that he can to wrap the ring in, and then he will then put that wrapped ring away.
Alrighty. Connery and Cal, what are you two doing?
Connery's gonna rejoin the group. He doesn't really know what happened because he didn't see any of what was going on over there. And he's probably gonna ask how they're gonna get out of here now.
That's a good question. I imagined we just kind of be back once we killed this thing.
An alarming thought, perhaps we haven't killed it yet.
You think we gotta crush all of those souls?
That's
It's
gonna
a
be
possibility.
It's gonna be a lot of work. There's a lot of.
The dark elf woman will reach out and grab not too hard, but a gentle handful of your arm hair, Midi, and kind of point your attention back the way you guys came, and you see the entrance into the subterranean part, the flesh of it closing.
Like it's almost as if it's collapsing in on itself.
Yeah, the empty, like the negative space of this cavern is being filled with the substance.
Question.
Yes.
This is equally to the DM as it is to the party. Did we ever find out what the two scrolls were?
I don't think we really looked at them.
Yeah, I think one was a scroll of cure wounds, and the other was it entangle?
thought I identified some of them, at least not both. Did no one write it down?
I just have 2 scrolls. Oh no, this is different. I just realized these were from the guard tower or something, I think. 2 scrolls in Old Tethan. Or Tethian.
Oh, from above here. From in the Shahiri ruins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did have from... Someone should have from Nola when she left you. She gave you a scroll, I think, of Spirit of the Dying.
Yeah, that's unfortunately not gonna help here.
Yeah, a little late for that.
And if we had Gentle Repose, that might be useful.
Did was there not a soul left behind of Audra's body, or from Audra's ashes?
Make me a perception check.
I'd be looking for that as well.
Okay, you can have you both roll. Okay, Midi is the one who will see this. From the ashes, as Vinali is packaging them up, you see just the faintest, how to say, like a part through the smoke above them, and it's like a gentle finger dipped into the ashes, and that's all you saw.
Sorry, I blinked out there for a second. What'd you say?
Sorry. Looking at the remains of Audra as Vinali is packaging them, you notice what looks like an invisible finger rifling through the ashes just for a brief moment before vanishing.
Is she trying to communicate?
Hopefully.
Is there something special in Zoan lore about death?
I mean, you have certain grave rituals and stuff, but not that would be pertinent here, I don't think.
Okay.
But once again, the cavern you all are in has shrunk significantly and seems to still be shrinking.
Okay. Midi will say, hurry up scooping her ashes. We need to get out of here.
I'm doing the best I can. Presuming nothing else happens from my having consumed the potion, I will, once I'm done, I'll stand up and... What was the Dark Elf's name again? I'm totally forgetting.
You did not get it, I do not believe.
Okay, well, to the Dark Elf, I will spend my last spell slot to do Healing Word, because I imagine she's probably still pretty low.
Okay, you heal her a little bit, and you'll see she goes from favoring one of her feet to being able to put a little bit more weight onto the other one. She seems kind of grateful at that, but she'll just look at amongst you all of your faces and say, I don't know how I should respond. I thought you'd all have died.
I told you he was stronger than that.
Underestimating us is a fatal mistake in most cases.
Harkon was by no means the strongest of the Arkai, but Not even my dad would have opposed him so brazenly.
Well, it helps being outsiders. Regardless,
Seems that he was not quite himself, given the soul that we saw depart his body.
Yeah, that's not new, unfortunately. The Infernalists, all of them, have been that way for a while.
I suppose I shouldn't be shocked that the Arakai are probably okay with this.
She just kind of looks around and is both in this conversation and also sort of not, but she'll respond, I don't know. He kept me close, so I can't say I ever met anyone not from the city of Vales.
Keeping in mind that she's still a little on the wounded side, Vinali will gently clap her shoulder and say, "Well, you're free now. Until we, well, at least, once we get out of here, you'll be free."
I can help you get back to the Watchers. Or is that what they were? The Watchers? I can't name the Builders. Yeah.
She'll just nod. Go ahead, sorry.
So we're gonna have to get out of here first if we're taking her anywhere.
Yes, and about that, given the way behind us seems to be rapidly closing in on us, I suggest we start looking for something at the other end.
And I guess Connery's gonna turn around and start looking for any kind of exit at the opposite end.
Okay. You are immediately drawn to the tunnel into the ground that the Shahiri was sort of half placed in, right?
Yeah.
Look, it's still and motionless now. It does not resist your attempts to move behind it and look down into the tunnel, where you see quite a bit of space that seems to go on further where this creature had burrowed deeper.
So there's a hole over here. No guarantee it's gonna lead us out of this place, but at least we'll get out of this weird tunnel.
It's better than just sitting here.
Agreed. Getting crushed to death by squishy, bloody flesh doesn't sound very appealing, especially after we survived all of that.
I don't know, Mish. How did Mish feel about it?
All eyes turn to Mish.
Yeah, just heavy sigh. She sort of looks around, is like, well, if I have to go into a squicky hole, I'll go into this squicky hole.
I mean, you've already seen what the inside of the ground looks like, so I think you'll be fine.
She just gives you like a long withering look, Cal.
So
It's like
Huh?
I was gonna say it's like having Richter here.
So Connery's gonna jump in the hole, I guess. No sense waiting around.
Okay. One by one, you guys start to fall behind the hulking corpse of the Shahiri. You enter the tunnel, and it's pitch black, but thanks to Cal, it's not totally unseeable. And if you guys have a light source, you can easily move your way forward.
Oh, as we're leaving that chamber, Vinali will pause and turn to Midi and say, "You want one of its fangs / pincers, whatever you want to call them."
he'll look at Vinali kind of hurt and is like, I do have standards.
I mean, think of the trophy value.
Demons aren't worth collecting trophies from. Better they all just burn.
I meant more for once we get back outside. You don't think the Arakai would be threatened by seeing one of their Shahiri's mandibles being used as a shield?
I feel like that's a good way to start something we might not be ready for.
Nah, you may be right.
You guys coming or what?
Yeah, on our way.
As you guys enter the tunnel and move your way further, you're probably walking for a few minutes and your adrenaline's starting to crash now, and you're like, wow, we actually survived fighting that thing as awful as it was. It wasn't a perfect victory, and in some ways it may have even not been a victory at all, but at least you all survived. As you're walking, there becomes a moment when uh, it's hard to tell which way is forward or back or up or down, because this tunnel is both lightless and organic and seemingly carved with no reason. And for just the briefest moment, you think maybe you somehow are lost in a straight tunnel, which would be nonsense, right?
Oh. What's
Nah,
that?
I've played SCP. I know how easy that is.
When there is a voice in all of your heads this time, not just not just Connery and Mitty. It will say, now how did you manage to get lost in the closing rift?
We have a particular set of skills. One of them is going in the direction we're not supposed to.
Well, I'll say, if no one does anything for you, you'll just be stuck in there forever.
Oh. Yeah, that wouldn't be good.
It's kind of funny, though.
What's funny?
From a certain perspective, I could see that being humorous.
Well, I take it you don't want me to leave you down there to suffer for a while.
If you wouldn't mind.
Does this voice in our head sound like the demoness?
Yes, it does. I'm sorry if I'm not the best.
Was I petrified before she started talking last time?
I think she got one word in edgewise before petrifying you, right?
No, I think she missed out on the entire conversation because she was unaware, or he was unaware.
Yeah, this just literally came out of nowhere, petrified me, and then.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your first time hearing her.
So
I don't
once
suppose
again,
there's a cost coming along with this assistance of yours.
Well, I mean, there's always costs, and I mean, you all might have already paid it.
Well, I can't argue with that.
I take it the soul of the Grove Tender is the payment you're referring to.
Well, I assumed you'd rather I have her than my brother. I mean, this pandemonium is so much drabber for her to spend her afterlife.
I take it her release is non-negotiable.
Everything's negotiable, my boy, but depends on what you have to negotiate.
What is her soul worth?
I think you all have a wrong impression, but I understand. How about I bring you back up to the surface and we'll talk?
That would be appreciated.
There is a distorting reaction where you guys don't feel like you're moving, but the flesh around you seems to be changing. It's like you aren't moving, but the floor and walls and ceiling are moving around you to physically lift you up out of the ground.
Oh god, that probably feels really weird.
And after a few moments of this sort of vertigo-inducing rise, the canopy above you splits, revealing light, and you find yourselves gently risen up into the sort of canyon, like a horizontal canyon that you previously entered. That you can go out and see the lip of Pandemonium. That you can see all of the different pits and entrances around you that lead down into the cliffs. That seem to be, from your experience, all the different rifts that lead out of Pandemonium.
Is this somewhere I've been before, or is this the place where they saw the demons fighting before?
This is where you all went last time, where the brick road and the bird bath were. It's where you and Mitty looked out to see the demons below.
Oh, I didn't look out. Somebody else was with Mitty.
Oh yeah, Cal, was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's this weird space of you're on a perfectly level floor, and there's a perfectly level ceiling about 6 feet above you, and everything to the left and right is empty. So you're in this like perfectly horizontal strip of nothingness in between two planes of the flesh.
No sign of any giant mouths yet.
Nope, but there is. You do see the the way towards the center that you guys went previously. The light coming from that area.
Well, I guess we go that way.
Perhaps a face-to-face conversation will yield better results. Though honestly, I don't know what we really have to offer.
Probably more than we know.
Okay, so you guys make it back towards the center, and this time, unless anyone still chooses not to, you all come to the cliff face and look down at the unchanged field of demons that are just fighting their hearts out, killing, eating, dying. It's just a never ending cycle. As you all come to stand along the cliff edge, I described previously these 4 colossal giant beings of fire that were walking around and smiting the demons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
One of them turns, and although it doesn't have a face, you're confident that it sees you, and it locks eyes with you. And it just stops fighting. It puts its sword away, and the demons close in around the empty vacancy of its last strike. And it walks over towards that sphere of iron in the middle, suspended by all the chains. It lifts one arm up around it to support the orb on its shoulder, and it begins to walk towards you guys, carrying the orb. Tension in the chains slackening on the ones closest to you and increasing on the ones behind it.
I have potentially a very important question.
Yes.
These fire titan giant things, do they look like extremely large versions of what came out of the Shahiri?
Yes.
That's disturbing. We prevented that from happening, guys.
I heard a bloop. Did I miss a check of some variety?
No, that was Drew saying he'd BRB.
Okay.
But yeah, so the this Titan brings the orb forward, and as it begins to get closer to you, the giant size is incredible. It's like miles tall, judging by the depth of the canyon that it's standing on, and it still is able to see the surface that you guys are level with. So it is. This thing would be bigger than a mountain if it was out in the real world. But the orb it's carrying, the sphere of iron, it's still distorting looking. You catch it sometimes, and it seems so small, like it's not bigger than you all. Then others, it seems to be even bigger than the giant. At no point that your eyes lock onto it does it seem to have a static size.
Is it dangerous?
It is just a sphere of iron, as far as you can tell. Eventually, the giant comes right up to the edge of the cliff that you guys are standing on. And you saw as it was walking, it just stomped on huge swathes of demons, killing them instantly. It comes and reaches level with you all, and it holds out the sphere close enough that you could touch it from the cliffside.
Wants to touch the sphere.
Well, either this is our ticket out of here, or we're all about to get trapped inside a massive iron sphere.
Or this is our benefactor who we've been conversing with.
The sphere?
Plus something locked in it.
Huh?
Vanelli will reach out and touch it.
Okay. As you touch it, you and all of your friends experience another brief moment of vertigo as you're no longer standing on the cliff face. When you come to, you all are on your butts on the ground, looking up, and you see a blue sky. Beautiful blue sky, cloudless, with no immediate sun, but light enough that it's refreshing and warm against your faces. And you reach down and touch the ground, and you feel soft, a little dry, but firm grass beneath your fingers.
So it is land.
Vanelli is pressing X to doubt so hard.
You kind of start to sit up and look around your surroundings, and it looks like a beautiful meadow. No flowers or anything, but gentle grass as far as the eye can see. It looks like something out of like the Grecian countryside, like olive trees, short little shrubs every now and again. Again, no visible sun, but plenty of light and a gentle breeze that those of you that have been down in the tunnels for a while definitely have missed. And most notably, and your eyes definitely catch them immediately, there are life-sized stone statues of people all over the field. Hundreds of them. Not super clustered, but just tastefully placed around like some uh, art installations. You can meander through and sort of observe their different features and beauty.
If we were to go meander around, do any of them catch our eye?
As you start to pick yourself up and look around, you see pretty diverse cast of people, or sculptures thereof. You see quite a number of dwarven men and women. Some of their long beards cast in a very interesting way in the stone with all the different hair texture that it captures. For some of you, like Connery maybe, and Mish, although I know she's not here. Definitely you, Midi. Probably haven't seen dwarves before because that is kind of a Nostran thing. You see plenty of humans and elves. You see, very specifically, no beastkin, no Zoan tribesmen or half beasts of any kind. Uh, you also see a few creatures as you begin to walk around that you don't recognize or know how to place them. You see a humanoid that probably is as tall, if not even a little taller than Midi, but it's bent, like sort of slouched at the back, and its long neck is hung low. That makes it actually wind up being shorter than him, which is this scaled creature with an elongated neck and jaws like that of a reptile. There's something draconic about it that sets off any of the native Alayans, some of their danger senses.
Is this like a collection of people?
That's what it looks like, yeah, like a menagerie. You see one creature that's a bald, smooth head, normal humanoid face, but they don't have ears. They have like those frog eardrum, like external eardrums, if that makes sense. Three of them placed in a triangle on each side of its head, and its fingers are webbed as they splay out from beneath the robe that he's got draped over himself.
Vinali doesn't think this is actually going to pan out, but it's just a thought that occurs to him. He's gonna be looking around specifically to see if he sees a statue of Tabitha.
Okay, make an investigation check. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Midi is going to do the opposite of that. He's actually going to see if he can see one of Audra.
Okay, well, I can tell you right away you do not find Audra. And the longer you look, the more convinced you are that there are absolutely no Zoan of any kind here, nor are there any Arakai.
Okay.
Looking around Finale, you don't see Tabitha, but you do see a number of human women that look a decent bit like her.
Perhaps, like, close enough like her that I might believe they're relatives?
There's one in particular that looks like a younger, less pretty version of her.
Jeez, Ren.
Call everyone's attention to that. What do you make of this?
It's a statue.
Statue of a person.
Don't you think it looks a bit like Tabitha?
I don't
Mitty
know.
will
A
squint.
lot like her.
Mitty will squint his eyes and look in, and he'll say, "Does it?"
I don't know, I just had this feeling that perhaps we were looking at the remains of people who had made contracts with our benefactor.
I mean, that's not at all very kind of you to suspect.
But am I right?
I don't tend to make contracts with too many people. If that's how I stocked my garden, then it'd be much less impressive than it is.
Now, I imagined you only help those that can get you something that you want, I take it.
I'm not entirely sure where this suspicion and doubt towards me is coming from. I helped you all so altruistically this entire time, merely out of love for my Melanie.
To be fair, you are a demon.
That's racist.
You do watch, all of you see, the expressions of the statues had been passive and neutral before, and it's not like they don't move, but you get this sensation that like all of the ones around you are staring at you, Finale.
Yeah,
As,
that's fair.
as she just says, "Well, I would not have invited you into my pandemonium if I knew you were just going to be slinging insults."
I think we are. I think we're misunderstanding what it is we're dealing with.
Oh,
To
it's
say
quite.
that there's a lack of information on your kind amongst us surface dwellers would be an understatement.
As far as we knew, the only denizens of Pandemonium were demons, and those normally came in the gibbering kind.
Oh no, your information is quite right. Pandemonium is home only to demon kind. I told you already, did I not, that I lived in the city? I mean, I understand if you're not too familiar with it. We tend to keep to ourselves, but
So what are these statues then? If they're not victims of some kind.
you watch as the one that Vinali wanted to point out, the sort of younger Melanie, you watch it get down from its pedestal, and as it does, the stone slowly becomes flesh until it is a relatively timid young woman in her probably early 20s, who's got long auburn hair, and she just sort of tosses it behind her back. She looks up at you all, and she's, I don't know all of your heights, but definitely on the shorter end of your entire group. She just looks around and says, "Sometimes I like dolls to play with. Is that such a sin?"
No, I was just curious.
It gets awfully boring living in the city all alone, you know, and not able to have visitors. This is the best I can do for myself.
Why aren't you able to have visitors?
Well, you would all die if you came to the city.
What is this city that we're talking of?
Well, you touched it. Dis, the iron center of all pandemoniums.
If we touched it, does that mean we're dead?
No, but you can't go between different pandemoniums if you don't touch the center of them all.
Well, so that was one, and now we're in your pandemonium. But you don't live here. This is just a place you visit to meet with other people?
It's my toy box. I told you that already. I can't leave the city, and you can't come inside, so this is the best I can do. But isn't my pandemonium so much nicer than the one you were in before?
I can't deny that, no. So, trying to wrap my head around this. The city that you're in is the center of all the pandemoniums, but the pandemoniums are outside the city?
Of course, yeah. I mean, is it that hard to understand?
So this pandemonium is or this city that you speak of, the Iron Center, it's a entirely separate plane in and of itself?
She'll put a finger to her chin, sort of think on that a second. You know, I'm not entirely sure of the arcane nature of it. Audra would be who you'd have to speak to get a better explanation, but it's our place, and only we can survive there.
And that begs the question, what are you?
Well, angels, dummy.
Would a Zoan know what an angel is?
You would all probably know angels in terms of as like a mythological figure, winged humanoid that was a being of good. But how to say this? Nothing. It's like when we talk about in our life about a unicorn. It's truly a mythological being that no one would ever have reason to think actually exists.
Would Connery have ever heard of this, or is his amnesia that deep that he doesn't know about concepts like that?
You probably don't know anything about this.
Okay, so Connery's kind of just standing to the side, like, very confused.
Has Vinali heard any lore about angels being sent into pandemonium to, like, wage war or anything like that?
Make a religion check.
Can I seek guidance from my own divine influence to aid me in this lore check?
Sure.
Ooh, I might not even need it.
25. All right. You know from the histories and the stories, and a lot of this information is pre-fall of Tethys, so not commonly talked about these days. But angels were always a concept where, how do I say this? The gods exist in lists. They are physical entities. Angels aren't like, they don't serve any of them. They're kind of non deific. They're just known as servants of like universal good, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I follow.
There's not really any stories about them as a group being sent anywhere, generally because no one really believes they exist. Any kind of myths are like mermaid stories from sailors where like an individual angel did something really good that like helped someone or people that were in danger or something like that.
Gotcha. I've heard folk tales about angels and never thought I'd get the chance to meet one.
You still haven't. This is just a little doll I'm playing with.
So if you are an angel, what are you doing in Pandemonium?
She cocks her head to the side. It's where we live. Well, not Pandemonium, but Dis. It's our city.
Wouldn't some place like that be the worst place for an angel to live? Or is that the point?
Well, it's the only place we can live. Everywhere outside tears our light apart and splits it into pieces. It's the only place we're safe from that.
Well, we've had, like I said, folk tales of angels. Clearly they've existed on the surface at some point.
She'll kind of nod and point sort of at herself and around, and she'll say, well, we can do things outside of our city. We just can't leave it.
So the tales of angels that we know of are kind of like what you're doing right now. That wasn't actually a physical body that people had witnessed.
Oh, I'd hope not. Probably would have mean they'd all have died.
Oh, this is actually a very enlightening conversation.
Well, as I said, I don't really know why you all seem to suspect me of such wrongdoing when all I've ever done is help you. If this helps set the record straighter, then consider yourselves duly informed.
Didn't you petrify Connery?
Yeah, she did.
That's where I think he's the one who wasn't suspecting her of anything wrong.
To be fair, you weren't aware that you were petrified until we told you about it afterwards.
That is a good point. That is a good point.
If it assuages any little worries you mortal people have, you defeated that rather disgusting monster. The rift closed, and as did the 12 or so infernalists, which I believe experienced an out-of-body moment upon it ending.
Three.
Three?
There's other people that got uh, separated from their body?
Well, Rin said 12, not 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard 3.
And she said there were 12 infernalists on the surface who had a similar out-of-body experience.
Oh, God. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So I believe if what Melanie told me in her journal is true, that your job is done. and you all can leave and not be worried about it anymore.
What about Aubrey? Audrey?
Audra. Took me
Audrey?
a second to remember.
Are we gonna try and see if there's
Yes,
anything?
that is the other half of our journey here.
Well, there's also another thing that's concerning. How the Winter Seed plays in all this. How are these portals being opened?
She'll look at you, Mitty, and kind of. She tries to keep a straight face, but you see her wrinkle her nose a little bit. But she'll look at you and say, are you asking about all the rifts?
In general, yeah. We know how they're open. We might be able to figure something out.
Well, most of them open when the demons go out and want to collect some more light. They need to get stronger, you know. The one you closed was opened by people, though, I think. They called to the demons and told them where to come.
Would you by chance know if it was the same ones that experienced their out-of-body thing in the surface?
I think that's safe to say so. They kind of went kaput because they had tied their souls to the rift being open.
I see.
Vinali has plopped down into the dirt and is scribbling in his notebook and just mumbles to himself, I get it now. Dis is in the Iron Sphere, and all those demons in the pit are trying to get inside to get to the angels.
Are you saying that loud enough for everyone else to hear?
If you're close enough, yeah.
Mitty will jump in because they have the most light.
Stands to reason.
The human woman just smiles at all of you.
But then the question is, if it was the Infernalists that created what happened to the Shahiri, and what came out of that was a small version of those titans that were fending the demons away from Dis, well, that doesn't add up. Why would they create something that would prevent the demons from attacking Dis?
The woman will speak up and say, well, they weren't finished with their creation. I think she'll look at you again, Mitty, mentioned that deity on the surface they had designs for.
I assume that was their original target. They just failed to open it in the right place.
I think they were playing it safe. It's hard to take that much light all at once and make something stable out of it. There's a lot of us angels that didn't make it as far along as I have.
So you think they were going to get the Winter Seed out on the surface, well, you know, the underground, but the surface, and bring it down here to feed to the Shahiri?
I think we just missed something quite vital in what she just said.
Do tell.
Well, she mentioned that not many angels get as far as her, and that while talking about the coalescence of light from the monster that came out of the Shahiri. Is that how this chain of evolution goes?
It's one way. I mean, there's any number of ways you want it to go, as long as you get enough light together.
And it doesn't matter the makeup of that light, as long as it's light.
Why would it matter?
I suppose it would matter to us surfaces if some massive force of light with evil intent were to go stomping around, destroying cities.
Oh, well, I don't think you have to worry about your safety. I don't think there's any chance of us getting out of Dis anytime soon.
So then, I can assume that your color light is red.
Oh, mine is. Some of my brothers and sisters have different colors, but mine's red, and the oldest of ours is red.
You say the oldest. Is he the original, or just the oldest surviving?
That's really old. I don't know if I would. I'd have to ask Audriel. He's been around since forever, though, so I'm not entirely sure.
I suppose we're beating around the bush of the larger issue, though, which is what your asking price for Audra is.
I think my bigger concern is what you want with her. You wanted the person that she once was, yes?
Yes, we were tasked with recovering her from people that cared about her.
Well, even if I gave you her light, she wouldn't be that anymore. Her color changed in that fight.
I was afraid of that.
If you want her, I can give it to you, but I think you people normally don't like demons.
The color can change from, well, I guess our normal blue to red. Is it possible for it to change from red to blue?
It might be possible. You'd have to have someone like me take all the red out of her, which that's a lot of work.
I see.
And that's where we're getting into the negotiations, as you called them.
Mitty will smile. Yes. This is where it begins.
Mitty does a quick spin around, and suddenly he's wearing like a snazzy business suit.
A briefcase just appears out of nowhere in his hand.
Let's get down to brass tacks.
Slams the briefcase down on the table, pops it open. It's just filled with like beef jerky.
Oh, not the teriyaki. Well, besides saving you all, and might I add, keeping the two of you, she'll point to Connery and Mitty, from having your color change several times in that scrap, if I have to add.
I had a feeling that was your touch.
After everything else I've done for you, purely out of affection for my dear Melanie and her selfless desire to protect her friends, or former friends, you also would ask this of me. So, what are you prepared to give in exchange?
That depends. What is a being that is completely alien to us? What would they want?
She, Rainbow.
Oh my god. Yes, please let that be it.
Yes, yes, please. Please, Cal, produce the emerald and go. Maybe you want something shiny?
Okay, short backstory for Connery. I may or may not have stolen an emerald from an important person's house that has a curse on it where I am unable to tell a lie. And I don't know that even if I get rid of the emerald, I still have the curse on me. He doesn't, Cal doesn't know that. He keeps thinking if he offhands the emerald to somebody, it'll get rid of it.
Sticky finger.
Yeah.
What does the curse do to you?
I'm unable to tell a lie.
Oh. That's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but
For a rogue, it sucks.
Well, that's what you get for putting your fingers in places they don't belong.
Though an important caveat, you can't knowingly tell a lie.
correct. Yeah, that's correct.
So if you believe it's the truth, then you can say it.
Exactly. Roll a persuasion check against yourself to convince yourself that it's true.
But are you actually going to offer her the emerald?
Why the fuck not, Ren?
I
Yes!
love it.
Okay, so Cal just produces the emerald and holds
big
it
is it?
out to her.
If you were doing inspiration, that's gotta be inspiration worthy.
Yeah.
Do you all remember Freakazoid?
Yes.
Do you remember? Do you want to see something strange and mystical?
Yep.
You know what, sure, I'll go ahead. There's a place above your proficiency, so to the right of your strength score. Tick that inspiration box, Rainbow.
Got it.
If you
That's
ever really need to, you can use that to roll a roll at advantage.
Cool.
fucking glorious.
Mayhaps
So-
would you want my emerald?
So you offer that. The girl cocks her head and looks at it and sort of extends her hand for you to give it to her.
He will pass it over.
She'll hold it up to the light and turn it between her fingers a little bit and say, "It's really pretty, but I can't really take it with me into the city."
And why not?
Well, it's sealed. Nothing can go in or out.
Is there a way to unseal it?
We would all die.
Oh, well, okay. Never mind then. Forget I said anything.
Imagine you could use it as decoration for your toys here.
That's true. I guess it's something. I don't know if it's worth Audra.
I suppose something that would give us a better understanding of what might interest you is what value Audra is to you.
You seem to have a dislike for the Zoan people. I can't imagine she's worth that much to you.
No, to tell you the truth, she's not really for my garden. I kind of had intended her to be a gift.
I see. So, Is there something else that you could possibly give as a gift that we would be able to produce?
I don't think so. You see, her light was really, really, well, let's just say she had a lot of pride in life, and Audriel really likes pride. It's his favorite emotion. But if I have to give up my gift, I did have something in mind, pretty gemstone aside.
And what would that be?
She takes a moment and looks around at all of you, and sort of there's a couple of heartbeats where her eyes are locked on each of you, and you feel her kind of like staring through your soul, if that makes sense. She'll say, all of you are pretty bright, brighter than most people. Your souls are got a lot of light already, and you all are still so young and have so much farther to go. If you make a promise to keep making your light stronger, maybe one day you could visit me in the city. That would make me happier than anything.
Mitty will, he'll smile at that. He'll say, I believe that's something that, I can in good faith agree to.
She'll look around at you, Vanali, and say, some of your light's borrowed, but I think you could make it your own if you worked hard enough. And she'll look at Cal. Yours is really messy. It's from a lot of previous peoples, but if you add your own to it, it might be something special. And then she'll turn to Connery.
And then she'll turn to Mish.
Yeah, she'll look at Connery for a bit and just say, you need to remember where your light came from. And she'll look at Mish. I don't like you. And turn on, I don't know.
Yeah, you know.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay.
Everyone else is a cool lava lamp. Mish is like a flickering incandescent bulb.
If a sigh could somehow be translated into light, there's Mish's soul.
But yeah, so I think Mitty said something in response. What are the rest of you saying?
Oh. At least it's something to do, because I don't know what else to do. He needs to remember anyway, so.
Callan's probably quiet and not a very happy quiet.
I don't have any qualms about it. If you'd indulge another question, though, you said you were alone in Dis, and you also mentioned other angels in Dis. Are they somehow kept separate from you?
No, I visit my brothers and sisters all the time, but well, how should I say it? If you live in a prison and the only people you talk to are other inmates, it's nice to talk to them, but sometimes they start to not feel like people to talk to anymore.
I suppose I can understand that.
As I've been trying to work on Melanie for a few years now, she's been kind of slow to take to it. She's trying to find some friend of hers or something. But one day I want to make her light really strong. Then maybe she can come too.
What happens if we become strong enough to visit you?
You'll get to come into Dis and not die?
Do we become trapped in there like you?
I don't know. No one's ever really done it before.
Well, sounds like a challenge, and I do like a challenge.
Normally, when people's light get that strong on the surface, like not in pandemonium, they tend to go around letting other people worship them. They don't really seem interested in coming to visit us.
So you're talking about becoming as strong as the gods.
What's a god besides someone with a lot of light?
What's a god to a non-believer?
What is man but a miserable pile of secrets?
What is Rainbow but a miserable pile of possum memes?
What is Mitty but a miserable pile of hungry bear?
How dare you? I am not miserable. I am quite content with my possums.
How dare you? I am not miserable.
I have a very pleasant pile of possum memes.
I am quite content in my possum memes, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the new status. Continue.
Well, I know it's something that will probably take you guys a long time, but I've been waiting for, well, a long time. So I don't mind waiting a while longer.
Well then, I, Middendorf Utafhide, do vow to try my hardest to be able to visit you and ease, I guess, this loneliness that you feel.
There does seem to be a lot of that going around, doesn't there?
Oh, I mean, the people that made the world the way it is certainly didn't like people being happy, or else they wouldn't have split us all up.
And I'm out of character drawing a blank, but in character, we're all aware of the deity that had the most recent impact on things by erasing Tethys. Vinali would mention, "Are you referring to?" and said deity's name.
The Dreaming Queen.
Yes, yes.
She'll kind of narrow her eyes at that and say, "I don't like her. She really didn't like people getting together and being happy. She wanted to hoard the light for herself."
So do you know what happened in Tethys?
Well, her silly spells don't get through Dis, so yeah, we all know. That's one of the reasons why a lot of the demonologists want to talk to us.
Gave me another reason to want to talk to you as well.
Well, I definitely won't be giving anything away before you get here to keep that motivation.
Fair enough.
Well, if you won't answer that, would you indulge another question then?
I'm not the one with limited time here, she says, and just kind of steeples her fingers.
Fair enough. Simply put, is there a way to prevent a portal from being open in a place on the physical planes?
Well, if no one on the outside calls the demons, and we tell the demons not to go hunt for light there shouldn't be any portals.
But now, if you tell the demons not to hunt for light on the surface, won't there just be all the more trying to get into this?
Well, I'm not going to tell them not to hunt on the entirety of the surface, but there's a few places we've limited their access to. Really dangerous places on the surface.
Then would you be willing to add another location of disinterest toward the hunting parties?
I could suggest it. Final decision wouldn't be up to me. Zinin usually coordinates the hunting parties.
Well, that's more than I can ask for, so if you are willing, if you can just bring it up for them to not go after the out of character. What was the name of the forest again?
The Whitewood.
The Whitewood.
Well, I'll mention it. Like I said, no promises, but if it were up to me, we wouldn't get any light from those nasty bug people anyway.
And you have my gratitude.
And I'm drawing a blank on the name of the village where we all started.
Scorn.
Scorn. And if you could just, not on a permanent basis, but just for like a few months, keep them away from Scorn, it would prevent a massive war on the surface, so that would be greatly appreciated as well.
Once again, just a Cheshire smile, and she says, I'll do my best. Well, I will hold you all to your promises, and don't worry, I'll be watching. So go out there and make your light stronger.
Final question before we go. Do I need to hang on to these ashes, or will you be able to restore her body when the time comes?
No. Keep the ashes. The best I can do is I'll put her light back into the grove she made. She might come back in a few years once the cycle repeats.
Duly noted. I will hang on to them.
Well, you have been the most gracious of hosts, and I look forward to meeting you in person sometime in the future.
She curtsies to you all and says, I'd almost think you all meant it if anyone had bothered to ask my name.
We are terrible about that, aren't we? Don't worry, it's not just you. We don't ask anybody their name.
She'll laugh a bit at that and wave at you all and say, well, I will see you some other time. And when you do get stronger, remember you have a date to come visit Kalela, the angel of lust.
Giggity.
And
In the background, a loud, resonant.
My God, what do you want? Come here. Come here.
but with that, all of your vision goes dark. You feel the ground leave your feet, and we will pick up there next week.